This is a long and complicated story. I'm sorry if some things are confusing or don't make sense. I am a mess right now and trying to wrap my brain around everything as well. I met my husband Jake, fake name, about 4 years ago on Tinder. Jake comes from a different country than where I am from, but he was my type, and when we started talking, I was blown away by how charming and sweet he was. This version of Jake never went away. He has always been this amazingly charming and sweet person. He's the type of person who, when you've finished having a conversation with him, makes you feel better about yourself. Just to give you some context. He and I fell in love quickly and got married fast, too. He was very eager to start a family, as it gave his citizenship in my country more legitimacy. By our second anniversary, we were married, and I was pregnant with our son. Jake still works in his home country, and so every few months he flies back and stays there with his mother, or so I thought, completes the work required, and then flies back. The rest of the work he can do at home. The last few years with Jake have genuinely been the most amazing years of my life, and this is why the last week feels like such a fever dream. This is hard to explain, but a person on Facebook messaged me last Tuesday, claiming that Jake had been cheating on me and that they had proof. I genuinely didn't believe this person and at first just ignored them, but then curiosity got the better of me, and I messaged back and asked what proof they had. They proceeded to send me a large collection of photos of Jake with another woman and 2 boys. I know these photos were relatively recent, as he dyed his hair blonde for the Barbie movie, at my request, and has kept it like that ever since. The person told me that the woman in the photo was his wife, and the 2 boys were his sons. I obviously didn't want to believe it, so I tried to find ways it was fake. Photoshop, AI, whatever, I don't even know. I think the person blocked me after that, as their account just comes up as Facebook user now when I look at the chats. When I got home, I confronted Jake, and he started crying and confessing that everything was true and that he had a wife and 2 sons, who looked to be about 13 and 9, but I could be wrong, that's just my best guess, in his home country, and that he was still married to the woman. I asked him how he could do this to me. How could he have lied to me for so long? I told him I was going to expose him to the other wife, and he said not to bother because she already knows and supports him. I left, and I have been staying with my mother ever since. This has been the hardest week of my life, and some days I genuinely haven't wanted to get out of bed. Jake has been texting me, saying that he will break things off with the other wife completely if that's what I want, and he texted me, saying he thought I wouldn't mind, which genuinely made me sob into my pillow. I have never felt so low. Part of me, stupidly, I know, wants to take him back. The years I had with him were the best I have ever had, but this betrayal is just... I don't even know how to explain the hurt I feel. Update 1. Sorry, I've had to post this update on a Reddit account. For some reason, Reddit won't let me post it from my original account. I have edited the original post to say there is an update here. Hi guys. First and foremost, I would like to thank you all for all the advice and support everyone has given me since I posted my original post 4 days ago. It's been over a week since I left to go stay with my mother, and this time away from Jake has been so good for me and allowed me to see what was really important to me. Since I originally posted, Jake and I have been talking, and he let me know that he has broken things off with his other wife. Apparently it wasn't even a legal marriage thing. He explained to me that when he was a child, his parents and his wife's parents arranged for them to be married. This happened when he was 7 years old, BTW. But it wasn't a legal wedding, just a ceremonial thing that links his family with hers. He said that he never actually loved her but was required to marry her, or that his father had to pay so much to his wife's family as, like, punishment, I guess. I felt really bad for him. I could tell he didn't want to be with her at all and was only doing it so his family was okay. The relationship isn't real on either side, which is what he was trying to tell me when he said his wife supports him. They're only married because they're required to be. I'm so relieved now that he's explained everything to me. He told me he wouldn't be contacting her again, but because of this, we will have to send a small amount of money to the wife's family for the foreseeable future, which of course is not ideal. But it is better than the alternative of him going over to be with her every few months. I wish he had just told me the truth from the start. But don't worry, I've signed us up for couples therapy. I know this is likely not the result you guys expected or wanted. So many of you were so bloodthirsty for him without even understanding what he was going through. The thing that kind of concerns me now is what the relationship will be like between my son and his other half-siblings. I think I would like to foster a relationship between them if I can. I'm just glad to be back with Jake. I love him so much. Edit. Okay, I'm out of here. You all are bigoted to other cultures and traditions. You know nothing about me and Jake, and the fact that so many of you have tried to say he is a groomer shows how sick some of your worldviews are. Get yourself sorted and get your acts together. Story 2. Ada for wanting to reveal my affair partner's cheating to her husband? I've been involved in an affair. Actually, my girlfriend/partner has been having an affair with me for the last 4 months. I won't go into detail, but I feel horrible and disgusted. I've always hated cheating, and I never want anything good to come to cheaters. But now, I've gotten mixed up in it, and it's eating me alive. So, 4 months ago, I met this woman, she is 29, at my gym, and we pretty much connected instantly. Over the course of 4 months, we became a couple, went on many dates, and had sex plenty of times. I was a virgin before I met her. I never had a girlfriend or sex, and I really felt that life finally kicked in for me, and that things would get better. I'm 24, and before I met her, I always felt like a reject and a weirdo because of my lack of success in dating and relationships. The other day, by chance, I found out she has a husband, and I wanted to bury myself on the spot. I felt so bad, I can't put it into words. She wanted to have sex after we had a date, but I lied and told her that I couldn't do it that day because I had something planned. I came home, and I was ashamed of myself. I managed to find her husband on social media, and I've been going back and forth on wanting and how to reveal everything. I saved all our chats, pictures, and I even have some receipts from our dinners. I talked to my mom about it, and she told me that since I managed to find him and since I have evidence, I should inform him. My mom told me that he deserves to know, and if it were up to her, she would have revealed everything, but she told me that it's my decision to make. I feel like this woman played both me and her husband, and now I hate myself. Update. Short and straight to the point. I used a fake and anonymous account to send him details and some pictures. I also told him that I have more evidence that I would like to share. He didn't respond until yesterday, where he said that he wants to know more. Today, I sent him everything and explained everything in detail. Turns out, he already suspected her of cheating, he just didn't have any proof. He wasn't angry or sad. He was just disappointed, a lot. He also thought I would be older. He said that he doesn't blame me, it wasn't my fault. He told me that he owes me big time because he wanted to hire somebody to find out if she was actually cheating, so I actually saved him both time and money. After I explained everything, he was mostly relieved and thanked me for helping him and asked if there is something he could do to repay me. I said that he should help somebody else, and that will make us even. He thanked me, told me that I'm a good guy, and that was mostly it. He will file for divorce, in case anybody is wondering. I haven't heard from my AP for a few days now, and I'm pretty sure he didn't tell her where he got all the proof from because she didn't call and yell at me. I blocked her on everything anyway after my talk with her husband, and it's time to move forward. Shitty experience from a first relationship, but what can you do?
My ex was badly injured in a motorcycle accident, Ida for divorcing him? My wife and I separated last year. She found someone she liked better and he left his wife for her. Not going to lie. It hurt. We did the legal separation and started on the divorce. She is on my health insurance until the divorce is final. I have met someone new through my sister. We are taking it slow but she seems to like me. 2 weeks ago my ex was out with her boyfriend on his motorcycle. They hit a patch of gravel and crashed. Unfortunately he was knocked unconscious and ended up in the ditch where he drowned. She broke her femur and is in the hospital still. I went by to check on her and she asked me if we could put a hold on the divorce. I said I would think about it. I spoke to my lawyer and she said that it was a bad idea to change the timeline we had established for the dissolution of our marriage. My ex will be getting money from the accident, I imagine. However, her boyfriend's ex-wife and kids will be getting his estate and insurance payout. My mom and dad think that I am being evil to cut her off in her time of need. I'm conflicted. I do not wish this situation on anyone, but she is not really my problem anymore.